Hi, my name is Mo. I am a nurse lactation consultant at Kootenai Health, and this video is created to help you understand how to use your Madela Symphony Breast Pump. When you come in to deliver at Kootenai Health and you're going to breast pump, your nurse should be giving you a breast pump kit. She should be giving you a container to wash your parts in, and she should also be giving you an extra bag that has all kinds of extra goodies in it. Okay, let's get started. So over here is your breast pump. This is a hospital grade breast pump. And as you can see, I've already set up the tubing that's in this pump. These diaphragms fit in this little semicircle here and they pop in. You close the lid. I'm going to show you the importance of taking all of this apart and cleaning each and every one of these parts every time you're done breast pump. This little white membrane goes in this little yellow area, and it has to fit in here firm enough that it's flush. This is the single most important part of the pump. This part fits in here. Your collection container fits in here. The flange that fits on your body goes in this front part, and the tubing goes in the hole in the back. I've already set up both pieces, okay? In order to start your pumping, the ideal would be that you want to start your pumping at the colostrum stage when your breast milk is really thick like honey. You want to use 2 washcloths, get them warmed up in the sink. You're going to put 1 washcloth on each breast, and you're going to gently do some massaging. This is going to help break up some of those globules of that very thick colostrum. You're going to do this for about a minute or 2. And then you're going to take your tube of lanolin. You're going to take a small amount of this, rub it into your fingers, and then you're going to lubricate your nipple and areolar tissue, the portion that comes in contact with your flange. Okay? What we use here is the belly band that you were given for your monitoring system. We actually use it as a tube top, and it helps hold your flanges in place. So what we do is we take a flange, we place it on your breast. Your nipple tissue is centrally located in the tunnel of the flange, and then your tube top has a hole in it, and essentially this is what holds your flange in place on your body. You're going to do that to both of your breasts, and then you're going to come over to your pump. This pump here has a set of icons on the top row. These are the icons that you're going to follow at the colostrum stage, and what these icons tell you to do is to press this button, and then you're going to press this button. And then in the window, it's going to say initiate pumping. You're going to then turn up the middle dial. You're going to feel more pulling and tugging. You want the maximum pull, but you don't want it to cause you any pain. And then you're going to come back to your breast and you're going to be assessing the look of your nipple tissue in this tunnel. Your nipple is going to get longer and it's going to get wider. It's okay if it fills and touches the sides of this flange, but what's not okay is if it starts to blanch, if it turns white. So it's supposed to stay that pinkish brown color the whole time you're pumping. While you're pumping, you're going to take one hand and hold the flange in place, and you're going to take your other hand and you're going to very gently press and compress your breasts, moving from the right breast to the left breast. This external pressure on your breast is going to actually help you excrete more milk. At the colostrum stage, at the initiation phase of your pump's going to go fast, it's going to go slow, it's going to pause, and it's going to repeat that several times and turn itself off. When you start to pump 20 mils or more for 2 to 3 sessions in a row, you're going to actually use this pump a little bit differently. You're going to follow all the same steps that we just talked about, but you're going to actually use the dials on here different. You're going to follow the instructions here at the bottom, and these instructions tell you that you're going to hit this button. This is your initiation, your letdown. You're going to turn up the pull. You're going to turn it up where it hurts a little bit, and then you're going to turn it down. Same thing. You're going to make sure that your nipple is centrally located in the tunnel. You're going to hold your flange in place, and you're going to very gently compress your breast. You're going to go back from the right side to the left side, and your pump is going to go fast for about 2 minutes. Then on its own, it's going to start to cycle in a very slow way. When it starts to cycle slow, that's your milk that's going to start to flow. When you notice that the flow rate slows down, what you're going to do is hit this letdown button again, and that's going to make your pump speed up and go fast again. In a perfect world, you want to pump for about 20 minutes. You want your pump to go fast for a minute or two, and then you want it to go slow for about 3 minutes, and then fast for 2 minutes, and then slow for 3 minutes. And you want to do that 4 times in the pump cycle that you have. You want to be pumping 8 to 12 times in 24 hours. It's okay if you go 1 session for 4 hours so you can try to get some sleep at night, because sleep is really important, especially in the beginning after you've delivered your baby. Cleanup is important. Hot soapy water, rinse water, air dry. And then once a day, you want to take some time to sterilize your pump parts. You'll be given a Dr. Brown's sterilization kit that you can use in your microwave. Each bag has 20 uses. You just follow the instructions on the bag. We've also included a pump log. This helps you write down when you're pumping, how long you're pumping, and what you express. And then the third thing that we give you is a breastfeeding book. And you're going to notice if you open up your book on page 26, there's information on pumping. It talks to you about how you pump, your cleanup for pumping, and also your milk storage, how long it stores at room temperature, in the refrigerator, and in the freezer. If you have any questions, you can always connect with your NICU nurse, your postpartum nurse, or your lactation consultant. Thank you so much.